Hey, y'all, you know what? God gives us a solution if you're dealing with anxiety and worry. It boils down to priorities. So in Matthew 6, Jesus is talking and he tells them, you seek God's kingdom first, you seek his righteousness first, you put him first. Then the things that you typically worry about, food, clothing, all of that's going to be added. Now, to put God first is so countercultural. If you're a Christian, you may think you do it. And some of you guys may. But you do it. There's a struggle when you do it. Because you have to keep rearranging your priorities to make sure he stays at the top. Sometimes he slips to 2, 3. Sometimes you only think about God when you get ready to say your prayers. God, let me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. But Jesus said this is the solution. If you're dealing with anxiety and worry about life, put my kingdom first. And it sounds ridiculous. But remember that God's ways are not our ways and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. If you look back in the Old Testament, the prophet Elijah, God says, I've commanded a widow to feed you during this drought. He gets there. He said, bring me a piece of bread. She said, I only got a little bit left and all I'm going to do, I'm going to make this and I'm going to feed it to me and my son. We're going to eat it and then we'll die. And then the prophet says, make me peace first. And then the bread, the flour, and the oil that you have will not run out until there's rain. Now, God is all about him in his kingdom, his agenda coming first. And he's so powerful and mighty that he can say that and also have the ability to take care of our needs. So if you're dealing with anxiety, if you're dealing with worry, Jesus is commanding us, do not worry, do not worry, do not worry. He says this over and over in Matthew 5, 6 times. Do not worry, do not worry. But first, seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything that you need will be added to you. But it takes faith to do that. Don't do it for a week and get frustrated because you've been living for 20, 30 years of your life conditioned by the world. So now it's going to take faith to unlearn that and to rely on God and putting his kingdom first and getting our priorities in order. And as a result of doing that, we'll begin to see his faithfulness in our lives, his provision in our lives, and then we'll be able to relax and rest in his faithfulness and his ability to provide, that we won't have to worry and depend on whatever's going on in the world, whatever's going on economically, whatever's going on in your job, because we know we have a God who is faithful to provide for his children.